Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are at Universal Studios Florida, and we have another test seat guide for you. Not quite as many test seats to go in this park, so this video might be a little bit shorter, but I am hoping to give you guys a comprehensive review of the different test seats of the major attractions here at Universal Studios Florida. Just letting you guys know ahead of time, I am currently 297 pounds. I'm about 5 foot 5 inches. You guys can get an idea of my body dimensions over here as she's scrolling down. Not the largest guy in the world, but I do have a little bit of weight on my bones. So anyways, the very first attraction that we're going to be hitting today is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Now this attraction is, in my opinion, probably one of the most difficult attractions to fit on if you are a larger person, only because yeah, it's very unforgiving, and you guys will see what I mean in just a little bit. This is probably one of the last attractions that I am expecting to be able to fit on once I complete my weight loss journey, and even then I think I'm still going to be a little too big for this attraction. You'll understand what I mean in a little bit. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you guys want to support the channel in any extra way, we do have the new join button down below. We have 3 different tiers, 3 different reward systems. If you guys want to get a shout out in each and every single video like these folks over here, then hit the join button and become a tier 3 member of the Express Squad today. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Head on over. Okay, so we are here in front of the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, and they have row 3 and row 4. This one, they said, had a bit more leg room, and this one has a bit more belly room. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit down in this test seat rather quickly, and Cody, you can just cover the camera like this, and we're gonna see how I handle in both seats.
I don't know where exactly on the camera you want me to cover, but I'm covering it.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Hey, my kids. That is
boy.
So yeah, as you can see, very unforgiving for this attraction. It doesn't go closed much at all. So we have a little green light over here and a red light, and right now very clearly red. So now the hardest part is getting out.
I want my poncho when we're done.
Okay. And now we're gonna go inside the seat with a bit more
tummy space.
Tummy space. Oh, this one feels much better for my boys. But again,
oh yeah, you can tell it's a little farther around.
Yeah, a little farther around, but still a red light. This attraction is very unforgiving, so
you'll get there.
We'll get there. So for Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, it uses a simple seatbelt system. Now the team member did advise us that you can request a seatbelt extender. However, I did find that the seats themselves are very, very small, and you may have a hard time fitting in that seat if you are a bit of a wider person. The next problem is actually getting your seatbelt buckled, as it is very far in there and you are going to have to reach around. So good luck trying to find the seatbelt, because I wasn't able to turn myself around to find the seatbelt and get it to click. This is a stationary motion simulator based attraction, so I don't suspect too many people will have problems with this, but the biggest issue I see is going to be the seat itself. Alright, so this is the test seat for Revenge of the Mummy. This is an indoor roller coaster, and I managed to fit on this before. Even at my heaviest, I kind of forced myself on this thing, so I'm not super worried about it. But if you get a closer look at the test seat, it's got a pretty decent sized lap bar, and it's got leg restraints underneath. So it's very, very interesting. And let's see, it says pull the restraint. We're gonna have to flip that. It says pull the restraint towards your waist, look for the yellow and red indicator stripes. In order to experience the attraction, the restraint must lower completely to the red stripe. So, okay, so you can look over here. There's a little bar right here that comes up and down. And so it must lower past the red?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Alright, so let's get inside and see how it fits. What the? Now see, I don't know.
You fit.
Yeah.
Alright.
You fit. You comfy?
Yeah, kind of. This piece right here is pretty uncomfortable on my chubby thighs. So, just so you know, if you have thick thighs, this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable for you. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is an indoor roller coaster with a seating and restraint system very similar to Revenge of the Mummy. Though the seating and restraint system are very similar to Revenge of the Mummy, I did find the restraints to be much more restrictive towards larger guests than Revenge of the Mummy itself. The restraints themselves are a bit bigger and we are a bit more restricted in our leg movement. As you can see over here, I did almost take a stumble when sitting in the test seat, so please be aware if it is raining. I sat down and I pulled the lap bar down as far as I could, and I could not unfortunately get the green light. I decided to pull the lap bar next to me down and I got the green light on that one, just so that you guys can see how far I had to go in order to get a green light. So I have no doubt that with my weight loss journey I will be there very, very soon. But I just want you guys to know more or less where you need to be in order to get a green light on this attraction. Once again, I do find this attraction to be a bit more restrictive and more uncomfortable than Revenge of the Mummy. And once again, guys, very similar to Spider-Man over at Islands of Adventure, Transformers The Ride is a motion simulator vehicle on a track, and it just has a simple lap bar. Even at my heaviest, at 365 pounds, I was able to fit on this ride with no problem, so I suspect that many of you folks will not have any issues. Alright guys, so we are back home from Universal Studios, and unfortunately it started to rain much harder shortly after that last Transformer clip. We were wanting to get into the entire park and cover all the attractions, but unfortunately we were rained out. So I'm gonna quickly go over some of the other attractions that we skipped in this little part of the video over here at the very end. So the next attraction that we would have hit would be Men in Black, which is a spinning indoor attraction that is a flat ride. It doesn't go up and down or anything, but it does use a standard lap bar system. At my heaviest weight of 365 pounds, I did not have any issues on that attraction whatsoever. If you are a little bit heavier, I do find that you may be a bit more comfortable on the lower tier seating, because the seats are tiered. So you have seats down here and then you have elevated seats over here, and I'll show you a picture example of what the seats look like, and it does have a standard lap bar system. To my knowledge, not very many people have too many issues, but the ride does spin pretty quickly, so if you are a heavier person, you may be a little uncomfortable with the spinning. The next attraction moving on down will be the Simpsons ride. Now the Simpsons ride is a motion simulator attraction that is not on a track. You're pretty much stationary, but you move up and down and around like this. It has a standard lap bar system that stretches across the 4 seats in your rows, so keep in mind if you're a heavier person, the lap bar is going to come all the way down to your gut, but if you have any other members of your party that are rather small, the lap bar isn't going to go anywhere near them, so they are going to be in for a bit of a bumpy ride. Next up on our list is E.T. Again, it has a very similar lap bar system to Men in Black. It's a very small, very simple lap bar. Even at my heaviest, I did not have any issues on this attraction. I don't think that you'll have any issues either. If you are a bit wider of a person, if you are over 365 pounds like I was, you may be a little bit wider, and you may find that sitting with other members of your party or other random guests, you may be a little intrusive because the seats are pretty small. So just bear that in mind if you're wanting to ride E.T. And the final attraction that I am wanting to cover is Fast and Furious Supercharged. Very similar attraction to Skull Island Reign of Kong over at Islands of Adventure. If you want more information on that attraction, I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll have a link in one of the corners over here. I can never remember what corner it's in, but you'll have a link to that video down in the description below if you want to check that out to find out more information. Pretty much the same rules apply for Fast and Furious Supercharged as Skull Island Reign of Kong. It's the exact same ride vehicle. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for our test seat guide for Universal Studios Florida. Not too many test seats in that park, as there are a lot more motion simulator based attractions and more family friendly rides at that park, but I still wanted to make this video so that you guys will know ahead of time what to expect if you go to Universal Studios on a family vacation and you are a larger sized person. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I will also leave a playlist link down in the description below. I saw a lot of you guys leaving positive comments on my Islands of Adventure video, and I want you guys to know that we do have other videos from other parks such as SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. I do plan on doing one from Walt Disney World very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell, get notified whenever I upload a new video like this in the future. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.